Hi, in these weird times where everybody's buying everything in the grocery store, all the good stuff, I figured, hey, let's look for stuff that people won't buy and that you could still do something delicious with. Today I'm going to make a crispy pata, a Filipino inspired dish where you take pork trotters, especially the hock and the meaty part, and it's a pretty simple recipe. You just boil it until it's cooked, and the crispy part comes in where you deep fry the leg and make the skin crispy. So the recipe is pretty simple. What I have here is onion, a couple bay leaves, a couple star anise seeds, a green onion, some fennel seeds, and some ground black pepper. If I had peppercorns, I'd use that, but I didn't have any. And this is 8 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of salt. So I'll bring this to a boil, and actually I'll add the pork in now. Hopefully there's enough water. If not, I'll just add more. It looks like there's enough. One thing I forgot to mention that I'm adding now is a little minced garlic. I'll just add it in and stir the water and let it come to a boil. Alright, as the liquid comes to boil, you might have to skim a little if it starts getting a little gummy or scummy on top. But generally what I do is just turn it down to keep it boiling but not roaring, and then just cover it and let it cook for an hour. So covering the pan, cook for an hour. While the pork hock is cooking away, I'm going to make a soy vinegar dipping sauce. And what I have here is a teaspoon of minced garlic. I'll probably use half a cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, about a half a cup or a quarter of a white onion, 1 green onion, and 1 serrano pepper. And I'll add black pepper and red pepper. I'm thinking a teaspoon of each, and see how it tastes, and I'll add more or less. Also, I might add more vinegar as needed. So I'll chop everything up and mix it up together and see how it looks. Alright, here's the finished sauce. I'll mix it in, all the ingredients together. It'll probably taste better if it sits around, but I want to see if there's enough salt and heat. Definitely taste the red peppers. I'll add more black pepper. I'm estimating a half teaspoon. It's not too vinegary and it's not too salty, so it's sort of a happy medium right now. And I figure as it sits, the peppers are gonna definitely add a little more extra flavor to the or heat to the vinaigrette. All right, that's good. All right, the pork hock has been simmering for about an hour, actually an hour. So I'm gonna take stuff out. Let's see, I'll start with the small stuff. And what the idea now is that it's cooked. Oops, you take it out and let it dry before you deep fry it. And I don't know, I'm trying to decide if I want to deep fry because it's kind of a hassle, or I could use the air fryer or the oven, but I'll probably just deep fry just to stick with the recipe I know. All right, I put the little bits, the hawk and the trotters on the rack to air dry. I'll give it, it's still steaming hot. I don't know if you can see the steam or not, but we'll see how it behaves. Melting bacon fat. I didn't have any oil, and I typically don't use any of the seed oils. So bacon fat, and I'll let that heat up to temperature. And this one's already kind of coming off the bone, so what I'm going to do is just work it off the bone and fry it without the bone, since we don't eat the bone. It's just interesting to see how this will turn out. So I'll wait for the temperature to come up to about 350, 375 and start frying. Well, according to the thermometer, it's in the 370s. So I'm going to put the pork in. It might splatter, so I need to have my lid ready just in case. I'll do the little piece first just to try it out. So far, so good. Cover it up. Just leave it, let it vent. You hear it popping and sputtering. All right, it's calmed down, so that means a lot of the water is cooking off. Here's how it looks. It's not quite crispy yet, but it's getting there. Using the pot lid as a shield should it splatter. All right, it's been in the oil for about 7 minutes. It's definitely firmed up. I'll leave it alone, let it dry now. While the big guy is cooking, I'm going to sprinkle everything with a little garlic powder while it's still hot, and it should add more flavor to the pork. I'm going to give this a try. Here's a piece of pork. Skin is lightly crispy. Let's give it a try. Skin could use some more frying, but the meat is surprisingly tasty because boiling it, I thought I'd boil away the flavor, but I think the stuff I used in the broth or the brine actually added a lot of flavor to the pork. The soy ginger dip adds a nice tartness, nice vinegary flavor, and a little salt. Don't taste the heat. I wonder if it needs time to sit, but it's pretty good. But I'm sure if I get chunks, it'll add a lot more flavor. Now to cut up the hock itself. I'm using a serrated knife. I don't know if you could see, but it's pretty juicy on the inside. Still hot too. Overall, I'm happy with the results. Skin I could have fried longer to get crispier. I think a better way to do this, especially for the home, is to bake it in an oven like the German ham hock.